What is up, guys? It's your boy Andy Matrix and mother effer. Mother freaking effer. Excuse me. I gotta say, I'm pretty pissed right now. I am pretty freaking pissed right now. This hit piece from Vice. There's a commercial playing right now. This hit piece from Vice is absolutely annoying. For the simple fact that it's not like they were trying to research the manga industry alone and everything that it stands for. No, this hit piece inside the PEDO manga industry in Japan. They're doing this to humiliate, to make manga look bad, as if American comic books are have a bunch of little angels working in it, right? So, and they specifically said PEDO. You guys know what that is. I don't have to go over that. And it pisses me off because the entire video, they make it seem as though, oh well, this is what sells in Japan. Or like all Japanese people are a bunch of PEDOs, and this is why a lot of people get into manga. They're trying to make it look bad. Basically, like, oh, if you consume manga, this is what you're into. Really. Wow. I mean, it's absolutely amazing, the ignorance here. And look, man, I am not going to. Nobody supports CP, Child Pron. Okay, nobody supports Child Pron, and by Pron, you know what I'm talking about. PORN, right? I'm just twisting it around because I cannot say the word on YouTube. You cannot defend Child Pron in any way. I'm not here to defend it. Okay? You are not a PEDO. I am not a PEDO. Manga readers are not PEDOs. And yes, in Japan, there are manga artists, which I'm going to talk about here, that are PEDOs. And they make those types of manga and sell it, right? But the manga that make the millions upon millions is the shonen manga. The romance comedy manga, the Narutos, the magical girl stuff, and the Berserks and all that crap, right? Not the Child Pron. Those are not the ones making millions upon millions, guys. And I'm gonna show you, right? So it says inside the PEDO manga industry in Japan, and this is how you know that they are very, very afraid of your opinion on this, and they don't want anybody disagreeing with them. They don't want anybody disagreeing with them because they know. They don't want anybody disagreeing with them because they know that this is just totally ignorant. Look, okay, so look at this. The comments have been turned off. Oh, and by the way, the like to dislike ratio is 20,000 dislikes, and 11,000 likes. So you turn off the comments and you're being ratioed about the manga industry. Oh, and you know what? They're trying to make it seem like Japan has a big problem. That like the Japan is a country of PEDOs, and they have this huge freaking problem. Have you seen what is happening in America? Have you seen what is happening in America with the drag queens and Disney trying to I talked about this before. Disney trying to teach your kids about sex, the three-letter word, and people taking children to these perverted shows. Okay, have you seen? You want to know who has a real child prawn problem? A PEDO problem is America. A lot of the trafficking crap is in America. They always traffic people over here into Europe. They don't talk about that. But they talk about manga and anime because it's an easy target. And because it's full of nerds, and because basically it also has to do with the whole thing about the male gaze. That's why they're targeting it. Anyways, let's go ahead and watch the video. But no, I'm not gonna play the video because YouTube and all that stuff. So yeah, so here we go. So the lady, she starts off, right? So she starts off here. She goes to like this anime event, anime convention event. I think it's Anime Japan, right? It's a huge event. And she looks up all these girls, all these anime girls, in bikinis. And, right? And says, oh, well, look at all of this. This is all sexy girls, underage girls wearing bikinis, blah, 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 blah. Right? Right? And then she goes over to this manga artist. Who is a child prawn artist, right? And he admits that he is a child prawn artist, right? And he doesn't hide it. And he even says that. Look, guys, I'm not defending this. I don't think that this is it's okay. But it's the image that they're trying to create with manga. All right? The image they're trying to create with manga. And again, they turn off the comments for a reason here, guys. Right? And look, they're trying to make it seem, the reason why there's where is it? Hold on a second. Where is it? On 837, right over here. Right? So they go to this. So they show us a chart, right? They show us a chart of like the XEX abuse of minors in Japan, right? And it says that it's been going up since 2014, and they're trying to blame that on manga? Are you seriously blaming the abuse of children on manga? As if that hasn't been happening for hundreds of freaking years. And by the way, back then it was even worse because nobody would know about it. Now people get caught easily. But back then, if you go back to the 80s, 90s, 1950s, oh, heck, 100 years ago, 200 years ago, if somebody abused a child, they could get away with it, and then, nobody would know. But now, because we have cameras and all that stuff, we have social media, kids can report on this fast, But they were trying to make it seem like, this is all the fault of manga. Right? And then they, by the way, they did the same crap with Love Hina. Where is it? Right here. So look at this. She goes to a store. She goes to a store that sells child, basically, CP manga. Right? She goes to the CP section. Oh, and by the way, you Miss Researcher, whatever your name is, there is an entire section of manga that are bestsellers that sell in the millions that have nothing to do with that. Because if manga was really about this, then there's no way that they would export it to America. If this was a real problem, if this was a real freaking problem. If manga was really about, it really had all these PEDO things in it, nobody in America would consume it, especially with the Puritans, the American Puritans here. Like America had a Puritan past, right? For example, Walt Disney was a Puritan. Like, America is a Christian country. It started out as a Christian country, at least, not anymore. But it's holy crap, man. Yeah, inside the PEDO manga industry, and they're just that's all they're looking at, and they're trying to make it seem, this is what it's about. Yep, this is what it's about. Look at all the child prawn. Look at all the child prawn here. Yep. And I'm going to stop it here. And then, where is it? And there was a, where is it? Manga shop. Yeah, so they go to a manga shop. By the way, they did this. This was like, I think it was 2014, 2016 that it happened, 2015. There was a video where I think it was either Fox or CNN. They went to Japan. It's kind of ridiculous, actually. They went to Japan, right? And then they just walked into some manga store, and then they picked up a manga of Love Hina, and then they showed it on the camera, and they said, "Hey, look at this! It's like underage looking girls in this manga, and people are Like, and this is why I say, this is why I criticize, the mainstream media about this all the time. They attack this stuff without having any knowledge. But yeah, this video is absolutely ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. And I mean, they don't even allow people to criticize them. It seems to be that they're not really confident. And this is the ignorance. This is the ignorance that I'm talking about. It's like, oh, let's go into the PEDO, industry of Japan, and we're gonna look at all the PEDO artists and all the PEDOs. But okay, what about the shonen stuff? The manga that actually freaking sells, guys. There's a reason why they don't export this over to America. Okay, this is a minority, a very small minority of people. Otherwise, these types of artists, they will be living in freaking mansions in Japan. And they're making it seem, oh, well, the reason why there's an increase in crime in Japan is because of this type of manga. And the reason why, there's an increase in child abuse in America and other countries is because those countries are consuming manga now more than ever. Really, since the pandemic, because really, it started booming more and more and more, the manga sales during the pandemic in 2020. But what's happening here in America? Drag Queen Story Hour and shit like that. Oh no, that's not causing it. Nope. That's not causing child abuse. What about the laws about allowing children to chop off their body parts so that they can change their genders? Nope, that's not a problem. That's not child abuse. Children taking, puberty blockers. Nope, that's not child abuse. Manga, yep, it's manga. We gotta blame it on manga. Yep, it's all their fault. It's the Japanese fault. And you know what's funny? Despite of Japan having artists that create PEDO manga, they actually have the lowest crime rate in the world. Did you know that? By the way? Japan has one of the lowest crime rate in the world. I think it's like 3% crime rate. As opposed to America, where they're freaking legalizing crime and theft, like in California. But manga, that's dangerous. Oh, we can't let people consume this. There is an attack. There is an obvious attack on anime and manga, especially anime girls. There is a serious attack on this stuff, guys. And I think one of the reasons why they want to attack it is because they're trying to find ways to control it. They're trying to find creative ways to control it, and also, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. It's a bit of it's not a conspiracy theory anymore, but there's masculinity is being attacked. Everything from the male gaze, right? Men be like looking at chicks. You see it in the game industry. You see it in American movies and TV shows now. Masculinity is under attack. Anything that men like anime girls and things like that, they attack it. They don't want you to look at it. They want you to just, be, I don't know, I guess to join the LGBT stuff, whatever. But I'm going to stop it right here. This is absolutely stupid. Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely it makes no freaking sense whatsoever. No freaking sense whatsoever. Japan knows that it is a problem, but compared to other countries, Japan's low crime rate does not even match up to America's crime rate. Is freaking just off the rails, man. Hey, I got an idea for Vice. Why don't you go and report on, the abuse of children down in South America, the abuse of children in African countries, the abuse of children, in parts of America? Why don't you report on that instead of focusing on, fictional characters? They just they never ever attack the actual problem. Instead of going after where the abuse is actually happening, they go after the things that actually doesn't cause any harm. Because let's say, for example, if an actual person that is a PEDO, if they know that that's what they are, right? And in the video there was actually a guy that was like that. If they know that they actually are like that, and they pick up a PEDO manga, instead of abusing a real child, They just pick up a manga and release themselves through that, right? Guess what? It is a win for manga. It is an absolute win-win for manga because manga actually save the child from being abused because the PEDO went for the manga instead of the child. I prefer if they go for the manga instead of abusing children. How about you? How about you? Seriously. Seriously. What do you think is better? But no, they want to attack real problems. And it's the same here in America. Same thing here in America. You go on Twitter and they attack fictional characters, but they won't attack, the actual freaking problem. They won't talk about that. All right, I'm done here. I'm sorry for rambling on, guys. This is your boy Andy Matrix. Make sure to comment below, like this video. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell for future notifications. Thanks for watching, and Godspeed.